A storm is coming, and not just any storm. Her name is Melissa. What began as a swirl of clouds off the coast of Africa has now transformed into a monster, a Category 4 hurricane, growing stronger by the hour. Meteorologists warn that Hurricane Melissa could be one of the most dangerous systems to threaten Jamaica in decades.
And just a little while ago that it looked like a Category 5 storm to you. You said at 5 o'clock, we would see if that's where it's at, and that is where it's at right now, Melissa.
Absolutely. I mean, they're looking at winds over 160 miles per hour sustained at the surface. So unbelievable, unprecedented situation. Jamaica has never taken a direct hit of a hurricane this strong. We're talking a Cat 5 directly impacting the land area. Here's a look at the satellite imagery right now. It's just a tragedy unfolding. Horrible, horrible situation. Awful feeling in the pit of my stomach when I look at this satellite imagery this morning. I mean, it is just an unbelievable satellite picture. Every single quadrant of this powerful hurricane completely filled out, dry air in the middle of the eye, very well-defined eye, and just extreme life-threatening winds. And it is just to the south of Jamaica, slowly starting to wobble to the north with time. It's not just the incredible wind that's the problem, it's the storm surge, especially for populated areas like Kingston. It's the heavy rainfall falling over the mountainous terrain, leading to multiple problems from flash flooding to landslides. It's just a horrible situation unfolding in the Caribbean. This year is likely going to go down as one of the worst in quite some time because of this one storm. It's what we say every year, it only takes one. And it looks like Melissa is going to be that one.
Winds capable of tearing rooftops from homes, rain heavy enough to flood entire towns, and waves that could swallow coastline. This is not a drill. This is the calm before the chaos. Tonight, Jamaica prepares for impact. Out in the Caribbean Sea, Hurricane Melissa turns slowly westward, a spinning wall of destruction. Forecasters at the Meteorological Service of Jamaica track its every move. Satellite images show a near perfect eye, surrounded by towering thunderclouds that reach more than 50,000 feet into the sky. The warning is clear. If Melissa continues on her current path, Jamaica will face the full brunt of her fury within hours.
It is Monday, October 27th, 2025. I'm meteorologist Brian Shields. Early in the morning, tracking this. I'll have continued updates for you throughout the day. If you subscribe, you'll get those updates first. You'll get those notifications. So thank you for being part of this weather community. All right, watching this. Here is Melissa. Now, what's happening overnight, what I've been watching, that westerly movement we've seen. And we talked about this several days ago, kind of waiting to see how far it goes west, when it makes that turn. So now I'm able to really fine-tune even more of the impacts. I've put some down a little bit in our western zones, higher in our, down a little bit in our eastern zones, higher in some of our western zones. I want to break it down area by area. We're going to zoom right down into Jamaica in this video. We'll take a look down the road. I want to show you the impacts of the potential of a major hurricane in eastern Cuba, where we need to prepare for hurricane impacts in parts of the Bahamas, and watching the Turks and Caicos, and more rain pushing in to parts of Haiti. Now, it's still generally moving to the west, but if you put a line on this, it is starting to gain latitude. By that, I mean it's moving a little bit now more north than west as a whole. So it's
Kingston to Negril. Emergency messages flood phones and televisions. Shelters are being opened, flights cancelled, the government on high alert. But no matter how much we prepare, nothing can fully stop what's coming. Across the island, panic is setting in. In supermarkets, shelves are emptying fast. Water, batteries, candles, bread, all gone in a matter of hours. At gas stations, lines stretch for blocks, and in hardware stores, plywood and tarpaulins are selling out as Jamaicans rush to secure their homes. Fishermen pull their boats ashore, praying their livelihoods survive. Farmers harvest what they can before the winds destroy their fields, and parents gather supplies, preparing for long nights without electricity or communication. It's a feeling Jamaica know too well, that uneasy silence before the storm, when the air feels thick and heavy and the wind starts to whisper warnings. Hurricane Melissa has sustained winds nearly 150 miles per hour, strong enough to snap trees, shatter windows, and rip power lines from the ground. Meteorologists explain that the real danger may not just be the wind, but the storm surge. When a hurricane this powerful approaches, it pushes the ocean toward the land. In low-lying areas like Portmore, Old Harbour Bay, and sections of Montego Bay, waves could rise 10 to 15 feet above normal levels, enough to flood entire communities. Forecasters predict up to 20 inches of rain in some areas, triggering landslides, flash floods, and deadly mud flows in the hills. This isn't just a storm, it's nature at its most violent. In an emergency address, Prime Minister Andrew Holness pleased with citizens to take the warning seriously.
My fellow Jamaicans, Hurricane Melissa is now a Category 4 hurricane. Approximately 100 miles south of Kingston, heading westward at 5 miles per hour, it is projected to turn northward. We are already experiencing rain and overcast conditions. Based on current assessments, all of Jamaica will likely be affected by hurricane conditions, meaning heavy rains and winds above 100 miles per hour. It is also likely that hurricane conditions could linger over Jamaica due to the slow-moving nature of this system. Given the extended days of rains leading up to landfall and the expected inundation from the actual passage, we can expect general flash floodings across the island. However, low-lying areas, coastal areas, river courses, gullies, and other waterways will overflow either from excess rain or storm surges. Extended rainfall and heavy rainflows will also trigger landslides in hilly areas. Buildings and activities in or along those waterways or hillsides will be at high risk of damage, complete displacement, and loss of life. Hurricane winds will most certainly damage roofs and compromise some structures. By all assessments of the current situation, while we pray for the best, hour by hour, it is becoming apparent that the impact of Hurricane Melissa could be greater than Hurricane Beryl, certainly in terms of rainfall and flooding. We can lessen damage and speed up recovery by taking preparatory and precautionary measures before the impact of the hurricane. It is expected that Hurricane Melissa will make landfall on Tuesday. I take this opportunity to reinforce the appeal to residents of low-lying areas, historically flood-prone areas, gully banks, river banks, hillsides, and other vulnerable areas. Take precautions to protect your property where possible. Prepare your evacuation plan and comply with the evacuation orders given. Avoid unnecessary risks such as playing in floodwaters and waterways, climbing trees and roofs during the hurricane. Shelter in place, stay inside during the hurricane.
The Jamaica Defence Force and the Office of Disaster Preparedness mobilize. Coastal evacuations begin. Emergency team stands ready, but even they know that if Melissa makes landfall as a Category 5 storm, there's only so much anyone can do. The island's fate now lies in the hands of nature. As the night deepens, the winds grow stronger, rain lashes against windows, electricity flickers across the island. Families will be huddling in darkness, whispering prayers. Some will stay tuned to radio's only lifeline when power goes out. Others will stare at the sky, watching the clouds race by like ghosts. The barometric pressure drops, the sea will begin to retreat, a chilling sign that the storm surge is coming. And then there'll be silence, that uneasy quiet that signals the hurricane's approach. Melissa is almost here. If Hurricane Melissa strikes at full strength, experts warn the consequences could be catastrophic. Entire towns along the coast could be submerged. Electricity could be out for weeks. Bridges and roads could be washed away, isolating communities. And in the aftermath, the humanitarian crisis, food shortages, price increases, and the long, painful road to recovery. The question is no longer if Jamaica will feel the impact, but how bad it will be. To every Jamaican watching, this is the time to act. Secure your homes, check on the elderly, stock up on essential, and most importantly, listen to official updates. The strength of this storm may be beyond our control, but our response, our unity, our courage, that's what will carry us through. As Hurricane Melissa bears down on Jamaica, the world watches. But this island has faced storms before and risen stronger each time. Because beyond the winds and rain lies something unbreakable, the heart and the spirit of the Jamaican people. Stay safe, stay alert, and remember, this is not the end. This is just the beginning of Hurricane Melissa.